Are you sick of Red Skull? Does he keep on clapping you over and over and over again? Well, don't fret, because I have just the video for you. What's poppin', people? We're back today showing you guys how to beat this pesky guy. I've had a lot of comments on my videos with you guys struggling on Red Skull, so let's see how to defeat him. So, let's read his abilities. His Awaken ability doesn't really do much. He gains power when he charges heavy, and every 10th attack gains him an armor up buff. Red Skull is immune to Nullify, Fate Seal, and Stagger, and against mutants, his ability accuracy cannot be modified. Red Skull starts each fight with 5 armor up buffs, which increases his armor. When either champion fills a bar of power, he gains an armor up. For each armor up, he gains attack, critical resistance, and energy resistance, and he lowers your ability to stun him by 10% per armor up. When you hit into Red Skull's block, it removes one of his armor up buffs, but it does damage to you and power drains you. His heavy attacks heal block you. On Special 1, he gains an auto block passive cooldown for 3 seconds, which if you hit into him during that time, he will auto block your attack. On Special 2, he gains an Unstoppable for 2 seconds, and his Special 3 will power drain you completely. Now that we've went over his abilities, let's get into how to actually fight him. So, as you see, at the start of the fight, when you try to parry, it's not going to work. And it's not going to work the entire time unless you have an armor breaker. In this fight, I'm showing somebody who is an unideal counter, Kingpin. He does not have the ability to armor break Red Skull, so Red Skull is constantly going to have his abilities throughout the entire fight. When you don't have an ideal counter, you're going to have to bait heavies. That's the only way to pretty much get openings against this guy safely, because if you try to intercept and you mess it up and you end up hitting his block, you're going to take a lot of damage, so you don't really want to try that. So as you see here, I'm just going to sit here baiting heavies to get my openings. So just hold block and let him do a combo and he'll eventually do a heavy. Next, the next tip is that once he does a Special 1, you're going to want to just wait for the auto block timer to go away. Don't hit him at all or he'll auto block you and you'll take damage. You're going to want to stick to baiting Special 1s to get your openings because Special 2 is hard to dodge. By baiting heavies, baiting Special 1s, and waiting for the auto block, you should be able to get Red Skull down. You might take some block damage, but that's pretty much what you have to do if you don't have an ideal counter. Best counters. First up is Corvus Glaive. He is amazing for Red Skull because when Corvus Glaive parries the opponent, he turns all of their armor up buffs into armor breaks. This allows you to parry freely without worrying about it not sticking. And not only that, as you'll see, when Red Skull does not have any armor up buffs, you can freely hit into his block without taking any damage. Watch this. Boom. I hit into his block. I'm not taking damage. So Red Skull can easily be taken down with Corvus Glaive. And Corvus is one of the best counters for Red Skull. As you can see, Corvus Glaive is the GOAT. Now, the next counter I want to talk about is Null. So, Null removes armor ups on his medium attacks. So, when Null places a Living Abyss on the opponent, it removes an armor up. Not only that, but his medium attacks cannot be auto-blocked, so it just makes Null one of the best counters to Red Skull in the game, and if you guys use Null, I guarantee you can get Red Skull down very, very easily. Like, his unblockable and unstoppable makes it even easier, and Null is just going to absolutely clap Red Skull. Next up is Medusa, who might just be the best counter to Red Skull. Her mediums also apply armor breaks, And her special one places an Armor Shatter debuff on Red Skull, which does not allow him to gain any more armor ups as long as that debuff is present, as you can see here. Medusa is one of the best counters to Red Skull. I would highly recommend using her. The next counter I have for you guys is someone who you would not expect. Cull Obsidian. As you can see here, each hit of his heavy attack applies an armor break, which makes him an amazing counter for Red Skull. And it's a champion that nobody really uses. But if you're stuck on a Red Skull in a quest, and you have Cull Obsidian, you might want to rank him up, because he'll make your life very easy. Look at me absolutely clap this redhead right now. Cull Obsidian is pretty underrated. Next up, we have a counter who is not as good as the others, but he will still work, and it's another armor break champion. We have Vision Arcus. So as long as you stay close to Red Skull, you're going to start placing armor break debuffs on him. Not only that, but Vision Arcus' special 2 also places an Armor Shatter debuff on Red Skull, just like Medusa did, which doesn't allow him to gain any more armor ups as long as he has the debuff. Now, you'll notice in this clip that he's healing, and that's only because this is a duel and I have the Willpower Mastery. So that's why he's healing, and he would not normally heal, so don't worry about that. But yeah, Vision Arcus, he's a decent counter. I don't play this fight the best either, but if you don't have any of the other champs that I've previously said, Vision Arcus should do the trick for you. Just make sure to stay aggressive and stay close to Red Skull at all times, so that way you keep the armor breaks on him and you keep building armor breaks. And yeah, Vision Arcus should work great for you. Next up, we have another armor breaker, and that is Terrax. He's very similar to Vision Arcus, where you want to stay close to Red Skull to build up his armor breaks. You need to have the rock field on you in order to put armor breaks on Red Skull. So if you don't know how to use Terrax, basically, as long as you do a special attack, you'll be in the rock field, and then you just stay close to the opponent, and you'll be able to build up armor breaks. And then, as you put more armor breaks on the opponent, you'll do more and more damage. So you'll see in a second, I'll throw the special 2, and then stay close, and I'll just do an insane amount of damage, and melt this guy down. So Terrax is actually a pretty good counter for Red Skull. As you can see, look at this damage. It's pretty good. You wouldn't really expect damage that good from Terrax. Next up, we have another Cosmic Champion, but this time not an armor breaker. We have Galen. Yes, Galen, in case you forgot who that was or that he was even in the game. But yes, Galen. I honestly forgot about Galen when I was making this video until I was going through my roster and I seen him. And I thought, Red Skull has a lot of armor up buffs, and I think Galen would actually be an amazing counter, and he is. Watch this. Boom! Dead. Next up is another Cosmic Champion. We have Hulkling. Now, the key here is to throw a special attack into his block, or multiple if you have to. But special attacks into the block will actually not make you take any damage, as you'll see here in a second. So you want to build up to a special 2, throw it into the block, and then you'll be unblockable, and you can finish the fight. So I know I just took damage there, but that was that first medium before I threw the special, which it makes it easier to throw the special in the block if you throw one medium into the block beforehand. Our final Cosmic counter is Adam Warlock. Now, he is not an armor breaker, however, he does have access to unblockable, which means you will not take damage from hitting into Red Skull's block, and you also cannot be auto-blocked as long as you're unblockable. So that's why Adam Warlock will work great here. I do take some damage in this fight, so don't really worry about that. You can play better than me. I'm just showing you guys the utility that he has to take down Red Skull. So as you see, once you're unblockable, you want to stay aggressive and intercept. The unblockable will be paused for both of your special attacks. So, you know, I ate that one there, but don't really worry about that. So when you have the unblockable, obviously Adam Warlock, you know, an amazing counter. And he's actually really fun to play as well, so yeah. You guys really thought I was leaving CGR out of this video? No way. Obviously CGR is an amazing counter for Red Skull. He can nuke him down fast. He puts armor breaks. Come on, guys. CGR, one of the best champions in the game. Look at this. Boom. Big fat damage. Just make sure you don't hit into that auto block. Well, I just did because he doesn't have any armor up, sorry. But yeah, CGR, of course he works, guys. Come on. You can't forget about the GOAT. Now, I mentioned before that Red Skull is immune to Nullify, Fate Seal, and Stagger. However, he's not immune to Neutralize. So, we're going to be using Tigra. You can use other neutralized champions as well, but the only one I'm showing in this video is Tigra. I have a lot of experience using Tigra. I like Tigra, and she actually works surprisingly well for this fight. Obviously not as good as some of the other counters in this video, but if you want a different counter to use, Tigra will work. Now you might be wondering, Smasher, I'm a bot, and the only guy I know how to use in this game is Archangel. Will he work? Of course he does. Watch this. You just parry, heavy, put neurotoxins on, and destroy him like you destroy everyone else with Archangel. Nah, but in all seriousness, Archangel's one of the best champs in the game. He's gonna melt through Red Skull, even though he has class disadvantage. Archangel is a beast. So the last counter I have for you guys is Magneto. Obviously, Magneto crushes metal champions, and Red Skull is a metal champion. So all you have to do is your parry heavy playstyle, build up the prowess, build to a special 3, and you will clap this guy. Now, one thing to note is that your parries will not always stick, so you might have to punish his special 1 with some heavies, but once you finally reach that special 3 and throw it, the bleed damage plus a little bit more damage on your end will be enough to take him out. This is a bonus clip for all the people who were commenting on my 6.1.1 video, struggling with Red Skull. This is just to help you guys out. So if you guys don't need this, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. But if you do need help with 6.1.1 Red Skull, keep watching. So here I'm using a 6-star rank 1 Cull Obsidian. Now for this node, it is no retreat, so if you dash back twice in a row in quick succession, you'll be taking a lot of degen damage. So we're going to try to not do that in this fight. And also, only villains gain power in this fight, so I'm using Cull Obsidian. I just want to use like a rogue option that you guys might have. And also, like, I don't want to hear anybody saying that I only use OP champs, because this guy is definitely not OP. So, now, obviously, Corvus and Null would be way better for this fight, but we're using Cull Obsidian. And the strategy here, you want to parry off the start, do heavies, parry heavy, build up the armor breaks, do specials, and yeah. You can punish his special 1 with the heavy, as you'll see me do a lot in this video. Make sure you don't push him to special 2. It's not the biggest deal, but it is harder to dodge, so I'd rather do the special 1. And also keep in mind, he has the death touch on his special attack, so if you get hit, you can get hit in the block, but if you get hit directly, by his special attacks or like a little bit after, you're just gonna straight up die. So make sure you don't get hit. The strategy here is to just block as much as possible, create your openings. See there, if you just block the whole thing, dash back and throw a heavy, it'll connect. And yeah, I'm using the strategies I mentioned earlier in the video to take this guy down. And I really hope this helps you guys. Hopefully you guys have Coal Obsidian or Null or Corvus, and you can take this guy out. If this bonus clip helped you, or if you're still watching from before, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe like I said. And hopefully this video helped you be able to take down Red Skull. Peace out.